Hello, and welcome to F Them Fish ADHD for Grown-ups with your neurodivergent besties. That is me, Callie Elwood-Barrett, and my stunning co-host,
Jayne Girton.
This is a podcast where we talk about neurodivergence in real adult life, work, relationships, burnout, overwhelm, identity, all the weird brain stuff, really, the stuff that no one else is really talking about. And if it's your jam, stick around. But fair warning, a little bit sweary.
We love a good swear.
Fuck yeah.
Get
started early. Yeah. How are you, babes?
Get in. I'm so good. How are you?
I am good. Good. Yes, I am corporate girly today. I actually took my jacket off. You can't, so I wasn't quite so corporate, but I'm heading out to do a rather fancy corporate gig later on this afternoon. So about an hour after we finish recording.
Hello, Your Majesty.
I know, right? And I have not planned my time well.
What do you mean?
Well, we've got this, which will definitely not go for half an hour because it never does. And then I have another client call. And then by the end of that client call, I'm supposed to be in an entirely different location presenting something in person. So, yeah.
Love that for you. Do you know what? I'm going to tell you about why I feel really good today.
Ooh, yay.
I found my new favorite book.
Stop it.
I love reading. I'm not very good at reading a book because I will, my eyes will go tired and I'll fall asleep and whatever. But listening to books, I am an avid audiobook reader. I read 5 on our trip to Sydney to Mardi Gras, or I listened to 5.
Nice.
Anyway, I started listening to this one that I found by Miranda Hart. Do you know the British
I've heard
comedian?
about this book.
Have
I
you?
reckon. I think I have. I reckon I've heard lots of people saying it's amazing. Is it amazing?
Amazing. So I downloaded it because it was in the comedy section, but it also was in the health and wellness section. And I was like, well, that's bonkers. Why is it in both?
Maybe we're in both too.
I definitely think I am after reading this book.
Yeah.
But it's called I Haven't Been Entirely Honest with You by Miranda Hart. I started listening to it and halfway through I went, I can't just listen to this. And I went to a bookshop that day and bought the physical copy because I needed it to follow along. And as you can see, if you're watching this.
Oh my goodness. You have tabbed. There are tabs.
There's tabs, there's highlights. I am living for this book.
Amazing.
I didn't know anything about her before, apart from she's a comedian that I like.
Yeah.
But little tiny context backstory, she lived with a chronic illness for 16 years without knowing what it was, which was Lyme disease.
Oh, she was a Lyme girly. Okay.
A Lymer. I don't know anything about Lyme except what I've read in this book. But she also then had all of these other things happen to her, all these other infections and yada, yada, yada. No one for 16 years knew. And they just kept saying she was tat or tired all the time with no explanation and all the medical gaslighting and stuff that we
Was she
received.
told to lose weight, being female?
Obviously.
Yeah.
So there is no mention of neurodivergence in this book, but I would not be surprised if our bestie Miranda Hart was somewhere on our scale of neurodivergence.
Gotcha. You know, I reckon there is a something pinging for me. I think you may have mentioned the book to me, whether or not it's on the podcast, not quite sure, but I reckon you've mentioned it and said, I'm going to have to tell you about this book at some point.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I probably forgot about it, but yeah.
And then I read it twice.
That is so good.
I felt so seen in this book. So it wasn't just the chronic illness part, which obviously resonated for me, but it was, she uses a reference about how she was so unwell for a while that she went to Thailand. She loved traveling and she went to Thailand when she was younger and she saw an elephant sanctuary. Miranda Hart, I'm really sorry if I'm butchering elements of this story, but this is what I remember in my brain, whatever. She went to Thailand and there was an elephant sanctuary and it was a good one where the elephants were raised really well and they were good and they were safe and she loved it. And she basically refers to this as a theme throughout the book that they could be their true wild selves.
Oh, she did a wild. I mean, I like the fact the wild word gets used so often and we get to just feel like it's fabulous.
Right. And so the whole book, she's like, I just want to return to my wild self. And there's all these, We should.
Let's
I'm
invite her to be a
reading
wild ambassador, Miranda
I
Hart.
literally read it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my life. And I love you, Miranda Hart. It's beautifully funny and real. And there are really good takeaway parts. She often references putting masks on when you aren't well and you have to present to the world or you've used all your energy up. And there are so many parts of it. I'm actually not going to read any to you because I've spoken about it for so long, but it's just such a good book and I want to recommend it to all of our neurodivergent besties. I Haven't Been Entirely Honest with You by Miranda Hart. Such a good read.
Love that. Oh, thank you. That's amazing. You know, dead set, you should totally find Miranda's email address. She'll have one for her agent or something and just say, look, I've just finished your book and here's the proof. This is not just a rando flipping, like, you know, PR reach out. I've definitely read it.
I've got all these tabs, all these highlights.
Send her a photo of it and then you can just be like, and also we do a thing about wild and we'd love you to be a wild ambassador if you weren't obviously already really busy and everybody didn't already want your time. Thank you so much. Bye.
I think she'd be open to it because I feel like she's my bestie after I read her book.
Do you know what? And you should say that to her. Like, you know, let's get out there with the neurodivergent rawness and honesty, right? Because, you know, if we can't do that, let's just, we're misusing our superpower. I'm trying to open my bubbles.
Oh, yes.
So,
I've got my little star bubbles.
I had Turnidays and I can't find them. Sorry, I'm using my teeth to try and open the bubbles. I can't. Who puts foil on bubbles?
People
I'm
who
trying
don't want
to get into
children.
my bubbles. So today is World Bipolar Day. And the Australian Bipolar Association. I've probably got the terminology wrong, but basically they're asking everybody to blow bubbles for bipolar. So,
Okay, let's do it.
hang on, I can't get mine open. I got a pen. I'm going to stab my pen. Aha, there we go. That's how you do it. Stabbing the pen. These were the only bubbles I could find. I've got like 17 lots of bubbles somewhere, and I just don't know where any of them are. And I'm going to have to put them away from the equipment. Ready? Blow bubbles. Whee,
Happy
bubbles
World
for
Bipolar Day.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's amazing. How good are bubbles? I love bubbles. Oh, come on and catch them.
We went to a friend's party yesterday. It was a 40th birthday and she gave us these and toys and it was fantastic. But my husband, DJ BJ, just sat next to me blowing bubbles for quite a while. He was mesmerised by them.
Go, DJ Beach.
He's the best.
Amazing.
All right, I'll stop blowing bubbles. But
okay, but you know, we're living true to our like we love what everybody else is doing out there in the world, and so we're gonna get on that train.
And if you watch this, you'll see all the beautiful bubbles.
Yeah. Where did they watch it again? Oh, that's right, YouTube at F Them Fish or ADHD for Grown-ups. You should come and follow us because we've got like 2 followers. So both of the 2 followers are going to see.
Maybe one of them's Miranda Hart. We never know.
Yeah, imagine if it was. Also, we'll put a clip out on our socials and 7 people will watch that. So, you know, we have got 9. We've got 9.
We are almost in double digits, guys.
And the most of those are us.
Worth it.
Right, look, what are we going to do today? We are going to do listener questions because we asked everybody for listener like stories and questions, ADHD tags, all those sorts of things. And my God, all 7 of our listeners did actually deliver. I'm kind of exaggerating a little. I've got like 12 or something like that. That was so flipping funny, and so I figured we'd just read them out. That's what we're going to do today, right?
I love that you sent them to me without time for me to read them too.
Yeah.
So I'm not even 100% sure. I'm just excited to get into this.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to pull them up on my other screen, right? Do you want me to go first with the first one?
Yeah.
All right, hang on 2 seconds.
Can I have a drink while you do that? From my amazing new Wicked.
Stop it. I love it. Are you Glinda or Alphaba?
Alphaba.
Alphaba. Bollocks. Well, I'm Alphaba too, so we'll just have to both be Alphaba. Okay.
I can be Glinda, that's fine.
No, it's fine. We should both be Alphaba because, you know, we are not bound by the rules.
We were born different. That's the point.
Yeah. Long before Wicked hit the like the collective psyche, which is the best thing ever, and I promise you I'm not going to do that. I like Wicked before it was Wicked. Except that I will. I was going to say I've seen it like 7 times in places other than Australia, I think. No. Other than where I live right now. So I've seen it like 5 times in Australia, and I've seen it in America twice, and I've seen it in, I want to say, the UK.
So it's 8 times.
Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, it's amazing. I love it. Fierro in the first one that I saw was the hottest man.
I swear we've talked about this on the podcast.
I think we probably have, and I'm not going to apologize. Anyway, sorry. That was a brief side quest. All right, question number 1. Now, Anonymous. This is from Anonymous. All right. My ADHD tax is that I panic bought concert tickets while tipsy, forgot, and now I'm going with a man I no longer fancy. I found the confirmation email while searching for a parking receipt. The concert is in 6 days. He still thinks this is romantic. I now think he breathes too loudly. How do I survive the evening without getting engaged by accident? Anonymous, thank you so much. Also, I kind of relate.
I 100% do. I black out when I'm shopping tired, I swear.
Right. Or where you buy the thing and you're like, yes, this feels like such a good idea. And then the next day and you're just like, this was such a bad idea. And not only is it a bad idea, I'm now stuck with whoever this idiot is.
Okay, Anon, I'm going to put it out there. I actually really hope you accidentally get engaged. That would be the best.
Oh my God. How many people, I wonder, have just gone through with like weddings or whatever as a result of, and not about like the people who get pressured into it, but just be like the result of, oh shit, yeah, no, there was something on. Oh fuck, I'm getting married.
Oh man. Okay, I am guilty of seeing things in my email and going, oh God, did I actually order that? Or when did that happen?
Yeah.
Or not finding things. So, Anon, what a fun time for you to unravel this.
Right.
Do we have advice?
I don't think I do. I reckon all you can do, right, is pull that mask off so hard, turn up as your weirdest freaking self, and then just like make friends in the mosh pit or whatever, depending on what gig it's that you're going to. If you're not seated, if you're standing, accidentally lose him. And just be like, what? No, don't be mean. Yeah, you're right, Jayne. We don't agree with meanness. No, but you could just like be your weirdest self, right? Let the whole authenticity hang out, because either he will jump on board and you might refine that attraction again, right? Like if he jumps back on board and is like, I love this, I see your weirdness and I'm going to raise you mine. It might be something beautiful again.
The heavy breathing thing, that would be a deal breaker for me. Well, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I still yell at my husband for breathing. So maybe you can get through it.
In general.
Sometimes I just stare at him and I go, do you have to breathe?
Oh, poor old Peach. I reckon, I don't know. I reckon if you've got nothing to lose, be your most authentic self. Be the self you would be when you're at your most gremlin. And then you never know, he'll either run a mile and just be like, oh, I think maybe it's not working out. And you could be like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's false. Or he might actually be kind of cool.
He might be. I'm going to pull my advice from my new favorite book by Miranda Hart that I just spoke about.
Yes. Yeah.
She speaks about boundaries and the power of saying no. So why do you have to go with this man that you're no longer attracted to? Like if there isn't a ticket requirement for his name, couldn't you just say, not feeling it, sorry, I'm going with someone else?
Oh my God, you're such a grown-up. Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile,
I'm like in the full avoidance bit, and I'm just like, no, I want to go to the gig anyway. I mean, and that's the truth, right? And if they were like $50 tickets, depends on what type of concert it is. And you're right, it could be that you just don't go. But it sounds to me like she's pretty committed to going, and she probably likes him. She just doesn't fancy him anymore.
Yeah.
Find him hot and him fancy.
I mean, then set boundaries once you're there.
There is a great song about boundaries, Fawny Fawn, by our faves, the neuroqueer engineer. I woke up with it in my head today, and it's like, one of the lines is, boundaries are fences that keep you safe, or something. It's like that, boundaries are something anyway. And then it's like, don't be so fawny, learn how to say no type of thing is the quote. I love it. It's a really like,
It's such a good song.
If you know Portishead, it just reminds me a little bit of Portishead, which is one of those ones where it gets right into your chest. Yeah, but from 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm so young that I don't know.
They do. There's some really famous ones. I bet you if I were to play them, you'd be like, I know that one. Anyway, right. What's the next question? Let's do this. Otherwise, we're never going to get through any before it gets like an hour.
Okay. Question 2. Sophie, who is happy
Sophie's
to be
happy.
named.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Says, I masked so hard on a first date, he thinks I'm organised, sporty and low maintenance. In reality, I cried last week because my water bottle smelled weird and I couldn't find my keys for 2 days.
Oh, hard relate.
Do I tell him now or let him discover the truth when he sees my bedside table and it's 14 half-finished moisturisers?
Okay, I'm not going to lie. The half-finished stuff drives me bonkers. I live with people who do that. They'll open like 4 bottles of sauce. Rather than finish the last third, they open more. And I'm like, that is it. I had this full mission when we merged houses like a year ago or whatever it was. I had this full mission to just not let any new stuff be bought. I have full stock control rotation, right? Like I am on rotation. Like I've got this. I've got a pantry. I have certain holding areas. Autism.
So what we're saying to the listener is be organised. Stop having
that's an entire
moisturiser.
Yes, there is that actually, listener Sophie. Sort that shit out, man. No, I reckon this is similar to the first question. This is like she is now suffering from not letting her worst or her most authentic self hang out on the first date, right?
That's scary though. That's full vulnerability on the first date.
I agree. Actually, you're right. No, that's not that is true. But maybe there's a middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let it all hang out.
Yeah, you can let some of it hang out now. Like if he suggests, what did she say? She's sporty. Okay, that's like if I said I'm sporty to someone and then they said to me on the second date, let's go shoot hoops or something.
You'd be like, what's a hoop?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm sorry, is that a sport ball reference?
Yeah.
But I would go and I would say, look, I maybe exaggerated my skills and turn it into a bit of a joke and a bit of a thing you can get flirty about because they get to prove that they're good at it.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
So there could be like ways that you can open up in a bit of a safe and considered way, but showing your real self is the most important thing here because if you're feeling like you weren't your true self on the first date, the next dates are the ones where you start to unmask properly.
That is a really good point. And as you say, and, you know, turn it into something flirty. And honestly, if he doesn't get it, it's...
he's not right.
You can fuck off. Yeah. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you can't be yourself with them, you know, then... And I you know, my thoughts, I'm not going to bang on about them, about complete unmasking. Even the person who loves us most, if we're always a troll to them, then we don't deserve them, right? Like, if we can't ever bring ourselves to finish one of those fucking bottles of moisturizer if our partner says, look, just one. I just want you to finish one. Like it is taking over our house. Then, you know, then you don't deserve your partner either. I'm just saying. Controversial take maybe. But yeah.
I think that's fair. We always say in my house, my husband and I, if they aren't there for your worst days, they don't deserve you on your best days.
Oh, so isn't that Marilyn?
I have no idea.
Marilyn Monroe. If you can't take me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. I'm pretty sure because it was it was one of my MySpace quotes. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, good.
Hark back. Tom loved it. Yeah. So yeah.
MySpace was my emo era. Anyway,
I had lots of Sex
let's
in the
move
City
on.
and
Should we do
Marilyn.
number 3?
Oh, yeah.
P.S. I just want to say to Sophie, the water bottle smelling weird, that is such a reasonable thing to cry about.
So, all right, darling, bicarb and white vinegar inside that. Or there's a few other things. So you can put some bicarb in with some white vinegar. Don't do boiling water if it's plastic. If it's metal, boiling water as well. And then just shake the shit out of it, right? That'll help with getting the smell out. Also... they should be washed every day. If you are not washing your water bottle every fucking day in hot soapy water, disgusting, put yourself in the bin because the bacteria on those, oh my God. Also, don't leave plastic water bottles in anywhere hot. Thank you.
Okay. Let's also remember that we have neurodivergent
No,
besties
no,
who are
no.
not great
No!
at functioning and
Well, then
maybe
have 7 water
kind.
bottles and just you can't put them in the
That's what I
dishwasher if
do.
they're plastic. Yeah,
I have
I've got lots as well.
so many water bottles
Yeah, me too.
because if I was to have one and wash it every day and wait for it to dry and stuff, that wouldn't work
Oh
for me.
no,
I'd
you
never
couldn't
drink
do
water.
that. And obviously, there's a level of privilege here. But like, get them from trade shows. Doesn't matter. They give them away free all the time. Those plasticky ones, though, don't put them in the dishwasher. You can put your metal ones in there, but not the plastic ones. But yes, my daughter has an immune disorder, so I have been very I had to become a germaphobe.
Right.
So now I live my best germaphobe life, and yeah,
Oh,
water
DJ
bottles.
Beach would approve.
Yeah, good. Me and Deej.
Yeah.
Gonna be
You
on
guys
it.
have got this.
Yeah.
All right,
All
let's
right.
go to question 3. I'm feeling bad about my water bottle habits, so let's
I'm
move
feeling
on.
bad about my lack of tolerance. All right. So, this one's a good one. Another anonymous. I can see why. They've said, actually, can you keep me anonymous because of the fact that if the person who I sent this to listens, she will know it's me. So I accidentally sent a spicy text to the wrong person because I was switching between chats too fast. Again, have been here. Not fully explicit, but enough that my dignity left my body. The recipient was not the intended man. It was a woman from school pickup who now just reacts to me with thumbs up. Is moving into state the only option? What shall I do? You have to move into state. Yeah,
It's
there's
the
nothing
only
else
option.
you can do. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, anonymous.
Yeah.
The end.
Although you can still listen. No, podcasts actually they go everywhere, Jane. I don't know if you know.
Oh yeah, you
don't
can
have
listen to us. But goodbye from your current residential address and have a
Yes.
good life in your new home interstate.
Yeah, and I hope that your child doesn't like their school because obviously that's the other alternative. Now, I reckon, right, you could totally just be like, anyway, ha 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 ha, we're friends now.
If they're neurodivergent.
And if she's giving you the thumbs up, look, either she's hot for it, or she is, she's, I mean, she could be, or she
Are
just
you
thinks
looking for
you're
a new
really
partner?
funny now. Do you know what I mean? Like, she could be
Yeah.
like, I've been there, babes, and I know what you did. Although maybe she should approach you in that same Anyway, yes.
What an awkward time, and one we've all been in because our brains all struggle with that switching tasks, I would say. I have no advice. You cannot unsend it. All you can do is either address it head on or let it go.
Yeah,
Let
this is
it go
fun.
into the world.
I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. These guys have served, man, on the messages. This is cool.
my gosh.
Haven't had any major questions, which is great because they don't really want that much from us. We just get to enjoy their silliness.
Okay. Shall we
The
go
next
to the
one?
next one? Because we really don't have any advice for anonymous. Just move into state. That's all.
I'm just gonna have to.
All right. Number 4, we have another happy to be named.
How come you're getting all the name
did
ones?
you
I didn't
structure
do this
them
on
like this?
purpose. No, I just literally grabbed them.
Okay. Well, Emma. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hello.
Why does my rejection sensitivity turn a normal delay into a full cheating scandal in my head?
Because you're probably right. No, sorry. Go. Taz. Not helping.
That was not my first reaction.
All right, go.
You are a firecracker today.
I am.
Okay. My boyfriend took 2 hours to reply, and I had mentally uncovered a second family, emotional infidelity, and a secret yacht. He was at Bunnings.
So he says. Yeah.
How do I stop my brain from becoming a producer on a low-budget crime series?
Just do it. Just lean into it, babes. I've realised I haven't taken any meds today. I better take them within the next hour. Yeah.
Okay, Emma. Having watched Bones recently, I 100% understand turning everything into a low-key crime drama, and it's happening everywhere I look at the moment. But I would say Bunnings is the kind of place where you lose yourself for hours. So I don't know how to turn that away from a cheating scandal in your head, though. Do you?
Yeah,
trust
I can
this
see
man?
this how this is going to go with all of these questions. You're all like sensible, Jane, and I'm like, fuck it.
They're cheating.
Look, he's probably not cheating, right? And this is obviously that rejection sensitive dysphoria piece. And it can be an absolute motherfucker. Let's be honest. Like when RSD or rejection sensitive dysphoria kicks in, it hurts and it feels so real and it's gross.
Physically is painful.
It hits you in your gut, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, also, I'm going to throw this out there. One of the things that we as neurodivergent people, I was going to say ADHDers, but actually it's way more than that. We have intense, often, pattern recognition. Is there something else? Is there another reason why you're thinking that he could be cheating? Because why would your brain go there? I'll be honest, mine goes to, oh my God, there's been a car accident. If I hear a siren in a period of time that I think is longer, if my, daughter's not with me and she's with her dad for the week, if I hear a siren, I'm like, where should she be? Is she at school? Has the school called me? The amount of times, her school's just up the road, and the amount of times in my head I have played receiving a call from the school because there's been some sort of like drama, tragedy or whatever, and I now have to go to the school and try and find my child in amongst a shooter, or, like flipping, they have inflatable water park there at the end of year every year, and I'm like, oh my God, remember that time when that disaster happened with the inflatable things, and maybe that's happened, and what if I get called? Honestly,
did it actually happen?
Not in my school, but it did happen was it in Queensland? That was awful. Like, it was a really tragic thing. But I do that. That's where my brain goes. It doesn't ever go to cheating. And I think mine's obviously fucked up as well, right? But like, I do wonder, is there a reason, Emma?
I think I've heard my psychologist before say that nothing ever happens for the first time when you're an adult. It always happens when you're younger. That, like, the feeling that you feel as an adult comes from something that stemmed when you were younger. So which I do believe, because every time I feel, rejection or fear or anger or whatever, and I really trace it back to what I'm feeling, it often stems from those earlier life experiences. So I would say maybe this isn't about your husband, who probably can't afford a yacht if he's spending 2 hours in Bunnings.
Was it a husband? Were they
married? Sorry, boyfriend. Yeah, boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, it was a boyfriend.
But I think it's potentially more about your ability to trust and be open. And are you open to this person being their whole person with you? Or is that too scary for you? Because I think maybe that might be playing in.
Yeah, that's a really good point. However, also, if there's a reason, if you've got things pinging, I have to say, when there's a pattern thing, look, we do get rejection sensitive, but often it's based on real stuff, right? Yeah. Like, I had a friendship recently, I say recently, in the last couple of years, and I was like, are they, I know they've always been a bit like flaky, but are they actually now? And yeah, turns out when I started getting fewer and fewer messages back, and then, they didn't turn up for the things that we do every year and all stuff like that. And, I haven't heard from them for months now. And I'm like, well, they clearly wanted to move on, and that's okay. Everybody's allowed to do that. But it wasn't just my rejection sensitivity, which, I told myself it was for a bit. I gaslit myself for a bit. So, yeah, I don't know. Are there genuine reasons for you to think this?
Yeah. But also, why wasn't he picking up his phone? If he was gone for 2 hours.
I was going to say, I didn't realise Bunnings meant that you couldn't look at your phone. And especially if he is like most people nowadays and never goes an hour without at least checking it. So
I am coming from this with a different bias. Like, if I'm not with my husband, we don't talk. If I go away for days, we might talk on the phone once a day. He's not a texter. He doesn't have his phone with him. He's got a very old, very basic phone. So if he went out for hours, I wouldn't hear from him. And if I tried to call him, he wouldn't pick up.
Yeah, but then you would know this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this common for you, Emma? Is this a regular thing? If so, I would also be worried. Or if this was abnormal, I probably would also be worried.
Who did actually have a second family. It wasn't to do with me. I just knew them through a friendship circle. And I was like, this guy's got a second family. He's totally got a second family. Anyway, turns out he did.
That's some juicy tea.
I know. Obviously,
right, but we don't want. That's not happening to Emma. That's
no,
not
hopefully
happening.
not. So
Emma. So good.
All right, I reckon. Have we got time for one more?
Yeah.
All right. So, which one do we want? Nina. Happy to be named. Thanks, Neens. I fancy people right up until they like me back. The second I sense actual reciprocal interest, I become spiritually unavailable. Is this trauma, ADHD, novelty seeking, avoidant attachment, or just that I prefer yearning as a lifestyle? Oh my God. Miss Girton?
I hope it's just because you prefer yearning as a lifestyle.
I really like the way a lot of our people write.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Um, I have thought about this a lot.
Yeah, I hard relate on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is something that I feel like plays into probably all of us, in that I always, when I was dating, questioned whether it was the dopamine of a new relationship or attention or excitement or any of those things before I even knew that I was neurodivergent. And every time, and I remember with my current husband, I would get to a
You're getting a
point.
new one.
Yeah,
Not your future
maybe.
husband.
I always forget
Sauce.
to wear my ring, so am I married? Who knows? With DJ Beach, I reached a point where he had told me he loved me, or he wanted to say it, and I physically stopped him, and I was like, no, 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 I can't hear this, I can't hear this, because I kept waiting for the shoe to drop.
Right.
I kept waiting for it to end, for it to be a disappointment, because I also was like Nina in that I really liked him until he declared that to me back, and I just went, "Oh my, no, no!"
Yeah.
Like I physically ran away. We were at a cocktail bar, and I went to the toilet because I was like, "I can't hear this." Bye.
I love this. Oh my God. I mean, no, you wouldn't have loved it at the time, I'm sure.
It was terrifying, but that crossover between it's fun and it's dating, and when I was younger, I loved dating.
Me
I
too.
loved going on first dates and presenting that side of yourself that's fun and adventurous, and they don't have to know all those scary icky bits of you that you don't love of yourself.
Yep.
So when it crosses over into that next step, it's terrifying. And the only thing I can say is if they are actually a good person, it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, I look, my toxic trait, right, before I got married the first time, so I got married at 30 something, 32,
Take
something like
something.
that. Yeah, when I got married, before then, I had a brilliant slut era all the way through my late 20s, right? And I met my ex-husband, ex-co-host actually, when I was 30. All the way through my like mid to late 20s, best slut era, right? It was amazing. But like I used to do this a lot and then what my toxic trait was, and Nina, tell me if you do this because this is gross, right? This is the worst bit, is that then I would tell them I didn't want them anymore and they would try to make me want them still. And I'd be like, no, oh my God, I'm just not interested. Oh my God, why are you so obsessed with me? And then they'd be like, well, okay, eventually they'd get the message. And then I'd be like, oh no, I want you again. It's so bad. And it wasn't deliberate. And every time I'd be like, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm legitimately off. And then one time, one person, he was a delightful human, he was like, no. And I was like, oh my God. So then I decided I was in love with him for like 3 years or something. And he disappeared. I didn't see him again really after that. But I was in love with him for like 3 years. I was just like, oh, this guy. Anyway, yeah.
Super healthy.
Totally healthy.
Okay, so you can relate to Nina as well.
Yeah, and there is a real thing, like you see it all over the place, ADHD love bombing and all this type of thing. And it's not that love bombing, it's the dopamine of a new relationship. You know, when you're feeling so much possibility and you really like this person and you're probably having loads of sex, you know, which gives you more dopamine as well.
And the chase as well. The chase really fills that need to feel wanted and that need to feel, what's the word? Oh my God, my brain's on holiday. Substantial? No.
Substantiated?
No.
No.
Not superior.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes you feel validated, right? It makes you feel like as a human being, especially if you are somebody who constantly feels you're not good enough, you're not this enough, you're too much, you're not enough of this one, too much of the other thing, whatever. When someone's chasing you and you're like, maybe this is going to be my person. You know, I think I love dating as well. A lot of people really talk about how much they hate dating. I actually loved it.
I think for us, it was all that like new, fun, different, getting to be your fun, playful self without having any of the attachments or the responsibilities.
Yeah. When I met Tech Guy, met him on an app and, you know, I decided to play the numbers game. So everyone was like, oh, that's terrible. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm just going to lean in. And I went on so many first dates, like literally well over 50. And most of them were dreadful, I'm not going to lie. But I met some really cool people and I was determined to be kind through it. So I'd be like, no. And then I'd message them and say, look, thanks so much. Not feeling it. I hope you meet somebody amazing, right? But I did have a lot of fun. But also on dating apps now, most people are like, I'm neurodivergent or I've got ADHD and, part of the ADHD club. And you're just like, yeah, because we're the ones who really like being out there dating. They're the ones I want to go on dates with if I was to do it again, which hopefully I never will now. But, they'd be the ones I'd want to go with. I don't think we've got any advice, I'm sorry, Nina, other than, it's the dopamine hit.
I would also say it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
I think for anyone who's not even neurodivergent, it's normal because when you first start dating someone, you aren't your full true self and you learn who the other person is. And when it gets to the point where they want you, that's when you have to decide, is that person the right person for you? So I do think it's normal for anyone to get to a point where you date for a little bit, figure it out, and then go yes or no.
Yeah, but if that triggers always when they turn around and they're like, oh, hey, I think I really like you.
Yeah, that's
and you're
problem.
like, ew, ick, gross. Then
I feel like there's something there.
Yeah, you probably need to unpack that one with a therapist. But yeah, it is a big part of being neurodivergent sometimes, that dopamine in the chase. And then it's like, nah, if they're with me now and they like me now, it's only a matter of time before they realise that I'm shit. So I think there's a bit of that.
But just make yearning your lifestyle because that's the best phrase I've heard today.
Yes. All right. Well, look, we need to end it there because we've already, even with just that, we are gone way over time than what we said we were going to do, as always. And I just call this bonus ear filler. That's what I call it, right? When we go beyond the 30 minutes that we keep saying we're going to do and we never have yet. I reckon that is just extra and people just get to body double with us. If you do nothing else, just put this in your ears and go and do your laundry, like body doubling. It's amazing.
I need to go do my dishes. That's a good place to end it.
Yeah. All right, mate. It's been amazing to see you. I will see you next week. Well, actually, I'll see you before then, of course.
I'll see you before then. But this was really fun.
Before then.
Oh, it's the best time in the week.
Yeah, and look, if anybody else, if you want to share your stories, please do. If you want to be featured, we will give you completely shit advice and we will possibly laugh at your story. But if you want to be a part of that, send your things in. You can either DM us on Instagram at FThemFish, or ADHD for Grownups, or you can send an email. Where do they send the email to, Jayne? Can you remember?
FThemFish@gmail.com.
Yeah, nailed it. All right, excellent. Well, have a wonderful week, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
It's Kylie and friends, too cool, Neurokin and sharing good neurodivergent things. They be clever and quick with a fair bit of sergeant sidestepping, but a step in the